Hello, Blizzard fans! This is falconpaladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between Tang and Jortow on Terraform, the latter edition. Is that Jortow or Jortow? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. In the top left of Terraform, the latter edition, we have the red Zerg player. It is Tang, representing team All Inspiration. Again, I'll put a link in the bottom to where you can receive training from Team All Inspiration on StarCraft 2. Training and coaching, and who doesn't want to get better at StarCraft 2? I know I do. And in the bottom right of Terraform, the latter edition, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Jortow. I'm going to say Jortow. Sounds like Jorts, which is kind of fun. So this is a ZVP on Terraform, the latter edition. We've seen some pretty amazing ZVPs, if we're going to be honest with ourselves, lately on this map. Terraform just has a lot of avenues of attack, a lot of weird places to expand. You have these rock towers you can knock down and try to lock people out or lock people in. And it just seems to be a place where it's hard to take your third base. It's a little bit farther away than maybe you would like, and it has these extra avenues of attack with these ramps coming on into it. Just super hard to defend. Another ramp here as well. So we'll have to see what happens here. Tang again going for that 15 hatch, and he's also getting an extractor. Fairly standard build in Legacy of the Void to go hatch first. There's really not much the Protoss player can do to deny this, to punish it. I mean, I guess we have seen in the past forward pylons being used for photon overcharge to try to deal with Zerg players that go for hatch first, but it hasn't been super effective. Maybe we just haven't seen a player good enough to really make it work. Hard to know. Alright, so Protoss player is getting double assimilator, double gas, which tells me it's either a Stargate opening or else it's just going to be a lot of adepts, and probably going to be the adepts, just because that seems to be a favored unit of everybody in StarCraft 2 right now. Adepts are just really, really good. Probe coming out, got that quick scout off, did see the gas timing, did see the spawning pool timing, and Tang is going to have enough money for metabolic boost here, I think, as soon as that spawning pool finishes. And yes, indeed, timed that out perfectly. 100 gas, boop. And we're going to get it right. No, goes for the Roach Warren instead. Still could get gas with enough minerals, and no. Actually choosing not to do it. Getting 4 Slowlings instead, saving that gas for Roaches. It looks like, and again, you'd think Roaches would be a good answer to Adepts, just because Adepts do not do that extra damage to Roaches because they are not light. They do that base 10 damage to the Roach. But at the same time, they're so tanky. They have so much health and so much armor, and so much shield. And that +1 armor really helps too. That Roaches and Adepts in a straight up fight is pretty much a stalemate. Like, I feel like if you had 5 Roaches and 5 Adepts on either side and they were just shooting each other the whole time, it would be a draw. Like, maybe one unit would survive with like 10 hit points, but that would be it. I'd be interested to see how that works actually. And we are getting a Stargate. So Stargate at the front door and an Adept. So Jortow going for both of those things, the Stargate opener and the Adept opener, which works for me. I imagine we'll see some Oracle harass coming out of the Stargate as early as it is. Mothership Core might move across the map as well. Nope, just going to worry about scouting Lings and try to kill those as well. The Lings are chasing after this probe. Are they going to be able to kill it? Probe, run for your life. Probes are just a little bit slower than Lings, as you can see the hit. But the good thing for the probe is that every hit from this Ling knocks it back a few spaces. Look. Boop, knocks it back, so it has to spend all that time catching back up to it. And it also knocks back its friend, too. Look. Yeah, both the Lings actually are farther away from the probe after an attack there. So maybe a weird bit of a pathing issue. I don't know. That's probably going to die. And, oh, here comes an Adept. These Roaches are not minding it, and there we go. This is 2 Roaches and a Ling against this Adept, but Tang doesn't actually care. He's going to go for it. He's going for the front door. He says, you know what, Adept? You do what you need to do. Look at all these Roaches coming out. 12 Lings as well. This Adept is going to die. Boop. That's way too many Roaches for it to handle. Cannot even get the Psionic transfer out. And do we have speed? We do have speed. Okay. Got speed while I wasn't looking. This is a Roach Ling attack. Basically an all-in from Tang, unless it does a lot of damage. We are chrono boosting out a Void Ray, though. We really need this Void Ray. Double Photon Overcharge coming up on these pylons. And is it enough to chase away Tang? It is. Tang says, okay, I don't know if we're going to deal with this. This Photon Overcharge does last for 11 seconds, or 21 seconds. And it deals 30 damage. So we're trying to get rid of these Ravagers here with the Mothership Core, canceling that Ravager. The Void Ray comes in, and really nobody can shoot up except for the Corrosive Bile off of this Ravager. The Lings are trying to get through. It's a full wall off, though, trying to take out that pylon. Corrosive Bile on the pylon, and whoosh. We are through the flood of Lings, the flood of Roaches. We are getting past these photon overcharged pylons. We are going right into the main base. We're going to kill as many workers as humanly possible. So many probes are dying. We are already up to 10, but They are safe now in the natural base. We might actually try to get this Nexus. Is that going to happen? There's a lot of Lings here. The Roaches are getting focused down by the Void Rays, though. And I think we have enough DPS here, barely, to take this Nexus out. The Lings are so close to getting it, but they're getting picked off one by one by these Void Rays, by this Mothership Core, down to 30 hit points, 23, and finally does get it with a single Ling left. The timing impeccable for Tang. If he hadn't been able to kill this Nexus, I feel like this attack would have been a complete failure. Because look at this, he lost 7 Roaches, a Ravager, and 28 Zerglings, and not even killing the Nexus that he was going for would have been massive. See, now look, we're oversaturated on the natural. Jortow does have 30 workers, but it would have been nicer for him if he could split these workers up between the 2 bases. See, but now he's in a bad spot where he's, again, oversaturated at the natural base. He's trying to get it forward. He's trying to do what he can. He's replanting his Nexus as fast as he possibly can as well. But Tang already has 2 bases up. He's injecting very well here, getting a lair at the same time. Getting extra queens, it looks like. I don't know if he's ready for this Void Ray attack, though. This is 3 Void Rays. And here they come. I don't think a single queen is enough to really deal with this. Yeah, the queen knows that she's out of here. We are okay. Using Prismatic beam, Overcharge here. What is it? Prismatic Alignment to take out the lair. Turnabout is fair play, says Jortow. And we're going to be able to get it. There's way too much DPS here. The queens, the Spore Crawler does burrow. And the base does end up falling. So Tang is without his main base there. Jortow saying, how do you like them apples? How does it feel, huh? And Tang says, not good. I have to replant my hatchery and remake my lair. Probably should do that down here if we're honest with ourselves. And look at all this long distance mining he has to do. He has 44 harvesters. Probably should take a 3rd base, although the fact that these Void Rays are out and about is a really scary thing for Tang. I'm not sure if he wants to take a 3rd. A 3rd base now up for Jortow. Yeah, I mean, the base is already back up for Jortow here in the main base. I just don't know if that attack was worth it for Tang. He tried to get in there, did as much damage as he possibly could, but this Void Ray opener really wrecked him. Jortow choosing a specific composition that was definitely enough to hold off the attack as best as he possibly could, I think, and continue to harass. There's nothing here. There are 2 queens going after this attack as well, but the Hydras pop out at just the perfect time for Tang. They're going to come over here, I think, and try to intercept. No, they're just playing base defense. They're going to sit here and say, you want to come back here? You have to deal with these Hydras and these 2 queens. And the Void Rays say, you know what? We're not going to try to deal with that. We'll go back home. We're happy having killed this base that has still not regenerated or been replaced by Tang. These buildings are suffering, but they'll be okay. The Hydra stands down to the yellow health, but as soon as this pops up, the creep will come over to comfort it and to regenerate it, and it will be very happy indeed. So what is Jortow doing in the meantime? He is actually getting more Void Rays. He is going for Void Ray here, as well as Zealot Legs, as well as a Templar Archives. So it's like a Zealot Void Ray Storm type attack with Archons, maybe. That could be good. Overseer comes in and says, oh, crud, there's a 3rd base. This is not good for me. And I died to the cannons. So super extra bad for me. But again, scouting out the information is very important here. What did we... Oh, we killed the pylon that was blocking Jortow into his own base. That's pretty good. This placement of buildings here, I think, is a wall as well. Might be able to slip just through there. Maybe a Zergling could do it. I'm not sure if a Zealot could. Anyway, we are researching Storm. Again, we are getting the Zealot Legs. So the composition for Jortow looks like it's going to be Void Rays and Zealots. Void Rays and Zealots and Templar using the Storm, not Archons. But here comes a big Hydralistic attack from Tang. He wants to get there, I think, before the higher tech really kicks in. He recognizes this is a threat. He did not take a 3rd base, which means he really needs to make this work. He is sacrificing a lot of extra economy he could use in the mid to late game to make this Hydralistic attack a thing. He does have +1 missile attack, which is nice. And here he goes, going right after that Cyber Core. Going to get it, no problem. Going after Stargates as well. Moving up to the 3rd base. And leaving maybe something. Nope. Photon Overcharge coming right up. Going after the pylons, though, and the cannons. Hydras just do so much DPS. All the pylons end up dead. Going after this 3rd Nexus as well. The Void Rays do not have an answer to it, but there's Storm available on these High Templar. A few Hydras get picked off. Tang really needs the whole body of Hydras in here. Zealots dying as well. Hydras just do so well against gateway units. There's the Storm! Right on top of those Hydras. How many are left is going to be the question. We still have 9 Hydras. I don't know if it's enough. That Queen ends up dead as well. So Jortow lost his 3rd base, is going to replant that, and Tang needs to take a 3rd. I really think he should. He needs to make this happen, but he's going for 13 Hydralisks instead. He is spending his money well. He's at 92 supply, 44 to 47 harvesters, basically on even ground with the Protoss player at this point, I'd have to say. But is this Hydra composition enough against these Zealots with the charge? Let's see here. The charge does 8 damage to the charge target. That's a new thing in this latest patch of Legacy of the Void. There's the third base at the gold. So Tang recognizes, I think he's a little bit behind. I mean, in the long run, I think he's a little bit behind, maybe not necessarily right now. He wants to take that gold base to get that extra income to make things happen for him in the late game. And here come the Hydras, moving on up. And where are they going to go? Did we actually collapse this rock tower? We did. We collapsed the rock tower, but the Hydras are like, you know what? It takes us maybe 6 or 7 volleys here if we're all attacking to take these rocks out, so no big deal. Oh, these Templar are alone. That is not good. That is not good. Run, Templar! One gets sniped down. The others, another one gets killed as well. The Void Rays are trying to get these guys before a big concave. Individual Hydralisks in a lot of trouble here, but if we can get a good concave, but the storm is the answer to that. Ooh, running those Hydras through that storm was not a great choice. Immortal here as well. He has a lot of storms available for Jortow. These Zealots aren't doing a whole lot. Oh, double storm though on top of the Hydras at the top. They all end up dead. Another storm on this group of Hydralisks. They get melted immediately. Tang not even bothering to micro there. He's down to 75 supply. What is he making? Roaches and Hydras against this composition, though I don't know if it's the right answer. But again, I don't know what is the right answer. Possibly Mutalisks. Lurkers might be really nice as well. Lurker Hydra is always a fun composition. Here come the drones. They're trying to saturate this third base, get some income in there for Tang. He's running a little bit low on the minerals and on the gas. Units lost tab shows he has lost 48 Hydralisks. 48 Hydras, 9 Roaches, a Ravager, and a Queen, as well as his lair. He is just taking a beating in this game. Back to the production tab. Here comes the army. Jortow wants to end it. I don't know if this is going to work, though, but here come the Roaches. Again, just caught in little packs. Can't really get the whole army together, and then you get stormed. That's what happens when you group up. This is a lot of Templar. How many? Wow! Jortow going like mass High Templar here, trying to spread things out. Roaches, Hydras, they do catch a Zealot, but take a storm to the face for their trouble. That one takes a storm for no reason at all. Man, it's just so hard to dodge. Look at this. How are they on their energy? Can we see that? No, hard to see, but a lot of them do have a bunch of energy. Ravager being morphed in as well. A bit of a whiff of a storm there, and Jortow, it looks like, is going for it. Getting that Ravager, forcing a cancel. The Hydras from the backside, the Hydras from the top side. More and more Roaches coming in, but again, storms just so effective. And that Zealot charge as well. I love this composition from Jortow. So individual units are getting picked off, but I feel like Tang is taking the bigger beating here. This gold base is definitely going to fall. I don't think there's enough units here for Tang to deal with it. Another storm on these Hydras. They move right through it. The Roaches as well. The base does fall. Another storm on those Roaches. Roaches are a bit more tanky, but not tanky enough. Slowly getting melted. Zealots getting surrounded on those two Roaches. They end up dead at the same time. We are actually using drones. Ugh, but they all get killed, and that's it. Tang calls the GG and leaves the game. Jortow is victorious. So, woo, pretty intense little game there. Again, I feel like Tang's gamble just got kind of hard countered by the Void Rays. And then the composition, I like this from Jortow. I like the mass storm he had available. The Roach Hydra is really susceptible to it. That's a very popular strategy right now for Zerg players. In the end, I think maybe Tang waited a little bit too long to take the third base. I feel like he was safe enough to do it, but maybe he was worried about an attack. I think he just wanted to kill the Protoss soon, and that doesn't really pay off if you can't do it. If you go for the attack, if you go for the kill against Protoss or Terran as Zerg and don't get it, you're really on the back foot, and that's what happens. So, great play, though. Good micro and macro on display here from both players, both Tang and Jortow. Thanks for sending that in, Tang. I really do appreciate it. And this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Blizzard upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You could also catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you for watching, and you take care of yourself.